To my channel, everybody. This is True TV GH, where we bring you all true conversation. Today, we are going to look at who Kevin Taylor is. Who is Kevin Taylor? Today, this video is going to show you. So keep with me and subscribe, share, and bring your comments. So watch out. True TV GH. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Kevin Taylor. So today I'm going to tell the whole Ghana, in fact, I'm going to tell the whole world who Kevin Taylor is. This is With All Due Respect. So with all due respect, today I'm going to do something I never wanted to do. Yes, I've tried to stay away from this. But because of some new developments, because of some kind of words and statements some people are making on social media, also on our radios in Ghana and our TV stations, my team and I decided to at least make Ghanaians understand or know who Kevin Ekobedu Taylor is. I'm going to give people the background of Kevin Taylor and how he started With All Due Respect, how he started Loud Silence Media, and how he got to where he is today. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to break down what I have done all the way to this point. And I would like Ghanaians to understand something. We have to take notice of the dates. Yes, the dates are very, very important because it's going to tell people, it's going to explain to Ghanaians that whatever I'm doing here isn't motivated by anybody. Or whatever I'm doing here isn't because someone paid me a dime. It is because I have the passion to do this and because I want to speak truth to power. Very, very important. Because I want to speak truth to power to save my people. Today I'm going to show people the other side of Kevin Taylor they don't know. In fact, I'm going to do this. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to start from 2012 to 2013. I didn't want to go back because during Atamil's era, I don't want to go too far. Let's start from 2012 and 2013. From 2012 and 2013, Kevin Taylor, a young journalist, I did a lot of documentaries. And you have to understand that 2012 to 2013, the president then was John Dramani Mahama. The party in government then was the NDC. And the reason why I'm stating this is because I want Ghanaians to understand that when you hear things on social media, things that people say on radio and on their blogs, you have to look at it. Look at the statement. Look at it very well. Analyze it before you consume it. So in 2012, this was the first story I did in 2012, the Melcom disaster. Yes. I was there. I covered that story. The reason why I covered that story was because I realized that the government then, which was led by John Dramani Mahama, wasn't doing its job. The reason was the buildings which were all being sprangled or being built around Accra and its environs and in Kumasi and all that, they did not go through the best quality, the quality checks, the architects, the people who were supposed to make sure all these buildings went through the right checks. They did not go through. So I decided to tell the story. I followed the story. I ran over. I almost got knocked down by a car. But I was doing my job as a young journalist. These are some of the pictures, and as you can see, if I can even show a video. Yes, these are my own footage. I was there in 2012. And who was president then? Was I being paid by John Mahama to do this? I just want to make some people understand some few things, that the things we do, we can't be motivated by money. We do it because we love Ghana. The same 2012, 2013, I did a story at Wager, which I named When It Rains. At Wager, people were being consumed by water. Anytime it rained, people were being kicked out of their rooms. Their properties were destroyed. The Kwame Sefa kinds, the Kweku Bakus, the whatever, they were all sitting in air-conditioned offices and studios making noise. We were on the ground. I was on the ground. I covered the people. I made the people, I told the story of the people to the government. The government then, which was the NDC government, that you have failed the people then and that you have to come and rescue them. The people at Wager are dying because anytime it rained, they looked like refugees. You can look at it. Yeah, I have videos and you could see. So he'll talk to us about what he goes through and the kind of things that happens to Mr. Eric. Yeah, that is me. I went down there. It was raining with my cameraman. No, that time, I had only one camera person I'm not going to mention. We went in there, we talked to the people. That was 2012. I wasn't being paid $20,000 then, right? Because my party, the NPP, were happy I was putting stories like this out to make the government unpopular. The same 2012, 2013, I went all the way to Obuasi to do a story on the effects of galamsey. Yes, that's the story. I went down. I met the people. I talked to the young men and women. I talked to kids who left school because of galamsey. I talked to people. I talked to these young men and women who thought that the government could do more for them to do galamsey in the right way. I was there myself. These stories made the government very unpopular. 2013, he made the government very, very unpopular. And I did it. And that time, the MPP was so happy with it. And you see, these things I'm talking about, they are public document. Go on YouTube, click it, you see it. I'm not keeping this in my room. They are there for the people to see. We have done stories. And you can see that. We have done stories. And I did this when the NDC was in power. But nobody came out to say that John Mahama was paying Kevin Taylor $20,000. This person was paying Kevin Taylor $30,000. You get some hungry bloggers. They sit in their cars, in their marketplaces, and they want to do things, put your name on it, and go and put it on YouTube and make some pennies. So they want to destroy people. Somebody like Ernesto Wusu-Bempah, a rapist like this, go. But John Mahama is paying. Where from Kevin Taylor? Where did he come? When the NDC was in power, where was he? I want to prove to people that when the NDC was in power, we made sure the NDC was unpopular. And that was John Mahama in power. Yes, the same 2012, 2013. I did a story in Takrady oil discovery. When the oil was discovered in Takrady, people were not looking at the other side. No, I need to tell you this. When I did the story with another journalist, that person used to be at Multimedia, we were attacked by armed robbers. I got a gash here, with guns. The cops came to fight them away. Yes. The reason why I did this story, I went all the way to Takrady was because the little kids, the girls, they were not even getting access to normal things. The immigrants coming from Elubo were coming into Takrady. The young girls were engaging in prostitution because money was being pumped into Takrady. I wanted to tell the story to the government that the locals, the fishermen who were being competed by the Chinese using light and all that to fish, we were telling the story. I was there. That time, no MPP person came on TV or on social media to say that Kevin Taylor was being paid $20,000 by John Mahama. These things make John Mahama's government the most unpopular government. And I was telling the stories to the world. I wasn't just publishing in Ghana. And this is a public video. You can go on YouTube, check the date, check when it was published. I'm taking my time to make Ghanaians understand where we started and why we are here and why we are doing what we're doing. What we're doing is a national service. We want to tell the people the truth. Nobody hates anybody. It is not a personal agenda. Nobody, me Kevin Taylor, nobody in Ghana can buy me. Nobody. The John Dramanis, the Nane Kufuados, the Gabbies, who? No. I'm still focused. I want Ghanaians to know who Kevin Taylor is. That is 2012. I didn't stick to one thing. Sakawa was very, 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 Sakawa had come up and it was a big problem because the youth, they were not getting good jobs. People were not going to school. They got access to internet and all that. I did a story. I interviewed the CID, Criminal Investigation Department. I went there, and these are some of the stories. You can watch it. Yeah. This 2012, 2013. Who was president then? Which government was in power? Which party was in power? It was the NDC. That time, nobody came out to say, Kevin Taylor, you are being paid by NDC to do this. I was making the government unpopular. I was telling the stories and sending it out of Ghana. It is a public document. Go on YouTube, you see it when it was published. My fellow Ghanaians, Let us focus. Let's not make any individual, some group of people who are hungry, some hungry bloggers. When I talk about Kevin Taylor, he's taking money, Mahama is paying him, or some politician is paying him, I'll get a little penny from YouTube and I'll survive. So you take that story. No. I've decided to tell you this. I didn't even want to say this to the world because the kind of work we do, we don't need to brag about it. You need to let the people find the work and they will appreciate it. 2012, 2013, I did another story on, this story was one of the most heart-touching stories, the most intriguing stories. I titled it The Blue Fire of Oblogo. It's on YouTube. You can go see it. I did it at Wager. Oblogo, people were living on filth. You know, there was a trash dump at Oblogo. And the trash was left there and it developed gas beneath it. Women and children who lived around there could just light a match and out of the rocks, you see blue flames. See this. What I'm about to show you is really going to shock you. Madam Ivona Mankwa, a mother of 4, has been living with it for a year and a half now. This is Ghana. I talked to the energy ministry. I made the government know that these are your people. Make sure that you get them a better place to live. The field should be moved away. I told this story to the world. Who was president then? Which party was in power then? That was the NDC and John Dramani Mahama. Did they pay me $20,000 and $10,000 and $100,000? MPP, they were happy. They used these things. I remember Multimedia took this story, they played it. I was somewhere in London or somebody called me. Oh, Multimedia is using your video. Have they told? I'm like, I don't care. Let them sell the story for the world to know what is happening in Ghana. Which party was in power then and who was president? I want Ghanaians to understand something, that we've moved from this side to that. We should open our horizon. Nobody is here doing this for money. Nah! Those monies can't do me anything. Man, we have lived a good life. We have learnt the job and we have done the job underground because we don't want to brag about it. This is 2012, 2013, and one of the most intriguing stories. Gas under people's buildings. Your best journalists were all sitting in the air conditions and spilling things in the morning for you to consume. Was the reality. It was me, 2012, 2013. Which government was in power then? Let's go on. I did another story. You know, I do a lot of things. No challenge too great. It was a story about a national amputee team. I realized that it was a very good team. They didn't get support from government. They won medals. Potential men and women who were smart. I did a whole documentary on them. This documentary was even picked by one foreign company in the United States. They are story hunters. And they were so shocked that no media person in Ghana had brought this to the world. These guys went to Turkey, they won the World Cup. I covered these people. Which government was in power? Which party was in power? Who was the president then? I made the government know that these are the people you need to be looking after. They are the people who voted for you. The government looked unpopular. John Dramani Mahama was the president. Was he paying me $10,000, $20,000? That NPP, my own party, we were happy. Kevin Taylor was doing a yeoman's job then. He was the Adam. Today, they don't even know the names to call me. I'm building something. And this is basically for the youth. If you want to do something, forget about the things they will say about you, the lies they will cook. Forget about it. 2012, 2013, that was the NDC was in power. I did a story on hearing the deaf. This is one of the most touching stories I did that it actually brought me back to reality. Young people, deaf and dumb, they didn't get any support from the government. They lived in rural areas, villages. They trekked there. I remember I walked like 20 miles to get there. I did the story in 2012. I told the world that the government of Ghana is failing these people. And these people are the people who are paying the taxes. And people was happy then. They clapped, they jumped. They used it as their propaganda tape. What has changed today is that Kevin Taylor is the evil now because he's exposing criminals in government today. Till 2016 and 2017 is a critical moment. And I'm going to tell Ghanaians why it was a critical moment, because the stories I did in 2016 and 2017 affected that government in power. That was John Mahama's government. Yes, it is part of the reason why NDC lost power. In 2016, I did a story And I was supported by the Bill Gates Foundation. Yes. They said, Kevin Taylor, go do this story. If you looked at your track, you are doing the clear job we want people or journalists in Africa to do. We tagged it the Africa Energy Project. This story. Basically, it was about Doomso. This story was carried by Al Jazeera. It was carried by La Stampa. It was carried by a lot of media houses outside. Investors were reading it. Who was the president then? Which party was in power? 2016. Early 2016. This was before the election. This was before the 2016 election. I dropped this story at a critical moment. Al Jazeera played it. La Stampa in Italy played it. Investors called me that. Are you sure? I'm like, check the sources. Who was president then? It was John Dramani Mahama. Which party was in power? It was the NDC. Did they pay me $20,000 to do this? The NPP used this to win elections. And it's public document. Go on Loud Silence Media website. You will see it. I'm not making this up. In 2017, I did a critical story. And that story can be found on National Geographic. On their website. Go click. Type in Ghana Cocoa Mercury. Ghana Cocoa Galamsey. This story. This story actually told the world that Galamsey was a big problem in Ghana. And that the world needs to come to our aid. And that we were failing the fight. We were losing the fight against Galamsey. The Chinese had come to take over. I spoke in plain terms. I covered all the corners. This story in 2017. Today, I'm doing my work and some people have decided to brand me. Some people have decided to lie about me because they feel that I am not saying the things they want me to say. They feel that I am not supporting crime. They feel that I'm not the kind of journalist they can walk to in a radio station, TV station, and give money to change his mind or change narratives. I wanted to do this for Ghanaians to know that where we started and where we are now. We can't be influenced by money. $10,000. $10,000. Jesus. $10,000. With all due respect. You see, so I'm doing this because in the weeks to come, I'm going to bring out the best exposés. It's going to hit the core of this country. Yes. I'm going to hit the core of this country because I have realized that the people in government today are not truthful. They are deceivers. They are liars who only want to win, keep, and better themselves. They came in to win, keep, and better themselves and their families. 2015, 2016, we made noise about the ex-president having just one family member in his government. Today we have 60. And when we talk about it, people say that you hate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Today, my grandmother's at Ayeldo. My father, who used to sell at Petition, like 62 said. My mom, my family members, my classmates, their cousins, their children. People are going through hustle. People are dying. They can't get good health care. They can't get access to good drinking water. People can get 3 square meals to eat in a day. They said free SHS. See what happened at the Independence Square. Thousands and thousands of people are struggling because the leaders we have today are mentally weak. They can't make decisions that can change the lives of the young ones today and tomorrow. Cronies, family and friends are buying houses in Mayfair, millions of dollars. We don't know the work they do. They are next to government, so we don't have to speak. And when we speak, we say somebody is paying us, so the truth should not be considered, and that lies should rule. Kevin Taylor, I will not allow that to happen. Send these videos out to them. Let them know where we started, and that what they are saying and what they are stating cannot change the narratives. I see somebody like Ernest Owusu-Bemba. Hey, Kevin Taylor, John Mahama is paying him, and this politician is paying him. That guy, he has a problem. And I have a docket on him. The rape case in London. I have an interview with that lady. And I'm going to explode that for him to know the kind of person he is. This is an international recognized rapist who, if not because of the kind of politics we do today in Ghana, this guy should not get an office to serve as a public servant. This thing goes around and sprinkle lies about people. I have shown my facts, and I've shown the things I have done from when NDC was in power until today. And I will not mince words. If it's John Mahama in power today, I would have been doing what I am doing today. I'm not persuaded by words and insults. No, I'm not pushed also by that. What motivates me is to see my people happy. What makes me happy is to see that truth is spoken to power. What makes me more happy is to see the young ones speak truth to power. I didn't want to do this, but I had to. Ladies and gentlemen, in the weeks to come, I'll be bringing out series of exposés. Crimes, criminals ruling us, people stealing from us, millions of dollars. I'm going to hit the core of this government. We should brace ourselves for the worst. And I'm not doing this to hurt anybody. I'm doing this to make sure that our country is captured, is saved from the oppressors, liars, and evil people. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has always been Kevin Ekobedu Taylor, a proud Ghanaian, yes, who is not scared of a fellow man. My name is Kevin Taylor. Yes, it's with all due respect.